Lalaki pa ng... Anyway, I'll just run to... Kaawa naman yung gumawa nito. To all government officials, the officers and members of GIC Philippines, the 10 outstanding young men, the OIM awardees for 2016 and their families, good afternoon to you all. Basahin ko to, but may isingit lang ako na akin. Over the years, the GIC has stayed true to its mission of providing development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. It has effectively promoted leadership and exemplary innovation among the youth, their service to the community and the nation, their professional excellence and untarnished integrity, and their exemplary leadership. These qualities are best demonstrated by our 10 awardees, and with their selfless dedication, innovativeness, and pioneering spirit, these exemplary people proved that everyone can be a hero as long as we do ordinary things extraordinarily. As this year's awardees join the elite circle of the past honorees, may you inspire other people to excel in their chosen fields of experience, to use their skills and talents, their nation building to effect meaningful transformation that this country direly needs. By committing to do our part in nation building and by even simply doing the things that is expected of us every day, we can immensely contribute to the cultivation of a far more better and more secure future for ourselves, our families, and our communities. Our nation is at a crucial period of introducing concrete and meaningful change. I need your support now more than ever so that we can collectively overcome the ills and illegal drugs, criminality, and corruption that has plagued our nation for so long. As promising and brilliant youth, our country's hopes are pinned on you. It is upon your shoulders that the foundation of a peaceful, prosperous, and progressive nation can be built. As remarkably young men and women, I encourage you to share the responsibility of leading and lifting the Philippines out of the quagmire of complacency and self-doubt by fostering a culture of innovation and excellence that you epitomize. Together, let us work hand in hand to secure the lives of our people, give them the best quality of life that can rightfully be deserved. Once again, congratulations and good evening. Yung akin na, kapiing mo lang to. I'd like to just sing it ko lang. Please understand that when I ran for the presidency, I only promised, of course, added to the economic future that we envisioned, is the basic thing of eradicating or removing graft and corruption, drugs, and criminality. Let me dwell on corruption. Kailangan tumulong kayo, and you have to report. You need not really tell me your name. Just let me know there is something brewing in any of the agencies and departments. Yun lang. And there's an 8888, that's PTB4. You can dial the number and just state out your statement or your truth without even mentioning your name. Hindi na kailangan. And if you are maybe a little bit timid or afraid or outright ayaw mong gulo, maybe you can just buy a new SIM and throw it away after making the call. And I will take it from there. Alam mo, mahirap itong corruption. And I intend to not really stop it because nobody can. Even in other countries, despite or in spite of their progress and bounty, they're still at it. Dito, tingin ko, what has really pulled our country down, even in the years to come, without attributing it to a particular administration, because that would be unfair. Yung isa might have stolen more than the others. Hindi ko naman, no? But it's a bit generic, but relatively kung saan mo talagang ididiin yan. Pero let me just give you an analogy of something like an airplane running at full speed on the runway for so many years, but without really lifting. Hindi tumataas. And so what the Philippines is. Ako sa kaliit ko, probinsyano lang po ako. I come from a corner in Mindanao. But I tried to just envision something for my country during this administration. Talagang tatapusin ko to. Today, I understand that 92, itong connected with the regulatory. Basta may regulation. That's what I hate about government intervening. The least government will intervene in your affairs, the better. Itong regulation, pinakamarami, about 92 of them were fired. Gave them the option of facing charges or more. Sabi ko, mag-resign kayo when you have become the pariah of this government. And do not expect me to be courteous even to you when I see you there out. And itong drugs, inom mo ng tubig kasi nagbabara yung I know that people are killed. It does not make me happy. I am a Filipino. Kung iba sigurong tao yan from the Middle East or Africa, maybe if they're really guilty, I would not really enjoy, but it would give me satisfaction. You know, pag may namatay na tao dyan, di ako naliligayahan. I sign vouchers and all and everything, and allowing this unit to have more guns and more bullets. I do not find satisfaction in it, because I know that ultimately it would be used against the Filipino. But when I am down and I am faced with the choice between a disorderly society and maybe a failed state and my country, itong drugs, because of the enormity of the problems, I did not realize it when I was mayor, about the widespread use of the drugs in the entire Philippines. I was just focused on my mayorship, and I wanted my place to just improve. And to this day, Davao is having a growth rate of 9, the highest. And you have been to Davao, I'm sure all of you. And you go west and north-south, it's really booming. And they live in peace. Criminality is down to the barest minimum. That is how I envisioned my city when I became mayor in 1988. True that I am very harsh, ika nga bastos pa, outright. And I kind of credit myself for that. When I said that if you are here in Davao, and you continue to do drugs that I'm mayor, I will kill you. And if you deprive us of the youth of the next generation, I will kill you. Make no doubt about it. Talagang tatapusin kita. But that statement is not punishable by our laws. bakit mo sabihin ko na sisirain mo ang bayan ko, papatayin kita? I have every reason to kill you. And when I say that you do not deprive us of our youth for the next generation, or eventually, with 4 million drug addicts, it could cause the failure of my country. You know, we have been narco-politics since about 15 years ago. Little did we realize na ang police pala, it's about 2,000 of them, ang mga barangay captain who holds the governance on the basic unit of our government, and some mayors, and some governors, and a few congressmen were already into it. Little did I realize na ganon pala kalala when I started to squeeze everybody when I became president. At doon nakita ninyo, surrendering by the hundreds of thousands. Por Diyos, anong gawin ko dito? And these 4,000, mga barangay captains to, mga pulis, mga negosyante, at walang ginawa kundi gawaing gago ang Pilipino. At marami may tama na sa mga bata natin. And also, tingin ko, this is televised, maybe if you have an IQ of 14, talagang papasok ka dyan. And even lawyers and doctors, and even mayors. Ano ang mangyayari dito kung ganun? Remember that 4 million is spread all throughout the country. And if nobody would interdict them in the next 4 to 6 years, kung hayaan mo lang ganun because ayaw mong pumatay, we are in a sorry state. Indeed, we are in a sorry state. That 4 million will contaminate another 10 million. Then it would be too late for us to really even save the country. And we would just like be the Latin American na yung mayor, she takes oath of office in the morning, and then in the afternoon, she is killed. And they choose who will be the governor and who will be the mayors. Alam mo doon, sa Latin America, and you can read Ian Grillo, he was here, and the books about the fate and the destiny of that continent there. Ang mga dito, ang mga mayor ang binabayaran ng mga durugista. Doon, ang mga mayor ang nagbabayar doon sa mga kartel para hindi sila patayin, hindi sila galawin. And that they would secure the election of this idiot. Hindi ba naman idioto yan? And I will not govern. Kung ayaw na talaga ninyo, I am ready to step down. Walang problema sa akin yan. I have no illusions about power or about the president. Kasi matubag, binulong ako kay Sir Manny Pangilinan. Sabi niya, kumusta? But sabi ko, if I were to go back in time, they would have not committed the same mistake. Totoo yan. So gano'n na lang. In Mindanao, there is no solution. Believe me and remember me for all time, because I'm telling you the truth. Nothing short of a federal setup would appease the morrow of Mindanao. Otherwise, we will continue to fight until kingdom come. Pass it on to the next generation, and you will still have the explosions here and there, and a lot of killings to decimate the population from so many millions to a few thousands. Maniwala kayo. Ako, if the Congress decides to call for a constituent assembly by Congress introducing or me creating a commission to introduce amendments to be adopted by Congress or by the Constitutional Convention would really be expensive at matapos yan 4 years after. Just like our experience yung last time. But if you can craft, and we can call a commission for that next year, if you can craft and put into place the federal system, you have my word, I am going to step down. Alis na ako. Because I suggest that there will be a strong executive. It could not be like a parliament in England because it did not work. We have so many islands, so many decisions to make decisive actions on dyan. Remember, Britain, it was hit by terrorism, yung double-decker nila. Took them time to react because a cabinet is a consensual thing, it's collegiate. So no one takes a definite. Pero kung may presidente ka, but limited powers to call reconvention, to dissolve a parliament, to call for new elections, then the power of being the commander-in-chief and of all armed forces, including the police, kasi armed forces yan, including the CAFUAS. Bako, I'm not interested. If they can do it in 2 years, 2 years and a half, I am out. Because then I would not be eligible for any election. And of course, rightly so. Delikadesa yan, ikaw ang nagdadala dyan. Alis na ako. Pero sinabi ko, bantay kayo dito sa droga. Wala akong problema dyan sa mga pare about the sanctity of life. But, you know, I have to make a choice now. It's the greatest good for the greatest number. I cannot allow a runaway itong thing. But believe me, if you are thinking that, remember that at the early days of my presidency, I fired almost 9 police generals and so many mayors. Tinanggalan ko ng mga bodyguard because sila yung maging warlords na distraught around. Pati yung mga military sundalo, nag-iwas, si mayor yan. So I had to reduce them to nothing. And I said, if you do not report to Krami, I will kill you in 24 hours. But istorya lang ko dyan. Panakot lang. And they did. And so I was able to take full control. But I would like to announce, nandito na rin tayo take this opportunity that I'm going back to the Alunan Doctrine. 2 or more armed guards is, more than 2 rather, is a private army. Yan lang. Then, dalawa na yan. If the 2 bodyguards cannot save you, then that is your destiny in this world. You will have to die sometime. Do it earlier. It will spare the country of headache and maybe we can produce better citizens. Ganun lang po. I do not offer any excuses, no apologies. I will answer God when I face Him. Pero dito, hindi ako pwedeng alam ko, and even a close friend of mine, Gordon, wrote me a very poignant letter. I respect him very much. I know that it was his letter. Pero tingin ko, Dick, you know, it's about too late in the day. Hindi ako pwedeng mag-sara. But anyway, kunti na lang man ang namamatay. Medyo ubos na eh. Talaga, hindi ako nagpapatawa. Pero I cannot, my next, my successor should be freed of this kind of malignancy. Hindi pwedeng, talagang ayaw ko. And corruption must go. You help me. Any agency. In the past, I myself, Davao City, applied for something of a approval of NEDA to have a railroad. Maliit lang yung commuter. Sa awa ng Diyos, karumata ang dumating sa amin. Tinutulak pa rin ng tao. Kaya NEDA sat on it for about 2-3 years. Dito po sa let it be known to you so that alam niyo, it's 1 month. 1 month. Anong klaseng department, 1 month. If you cannot release it in 1 month, then let me know so that I would not suspect that you practically sat on the paper. So, diyan nakakaano. And even permits, I would encourage or I would not like to impose on the local governments kasi elected yan sila. So, it's just supervision. But control, kagaya ng mga police na ay inimpose ko yung order ko kay Bato. That's my discretion. I have control of the police and of the army. I guarantee you, there was nothing wrong with it, but I was just trying to figure out something there. Hindi ko kasi malaman kung talagang it was a network or just the work of 1 or 2 policemen. So I have to study more closely. There was nothing to it. Huwag kayong matakot. I do not receive drug money. Sus Mariosep. Yung makasintahan ko, kung meron silang pera ibigay sa akin, tanggapin ko. Because it's out of love. Do not bigyan mo pera, babarilin kita dyan mismo sa harap ko. So, that is how it is. But I'd just like to inform you that nothing is evil in this. It's your palace. I do not sleep in this building. Kaya ang multo dito, harap-harapan, paski sa araw. Hindi na naghihintay ng gabi. They just, materializes in front of you. And I do not sleep here with more reason. Maya tulog mo dyan, magkatabi mo. Buti sana kung white lady. Pwede mo nang dumugin. Kung paghawak mo, bigotelyo. Espanyol pa dahil maraming dumaan dito ng mga gago. So, I sleep outside in a hotel. It's a small hotel. Pero secret. Wala akong dito. I am sold to the simple ways of life. I am a son of a poor man. And I don't, naumpisahan na rin ng tatay ko na sa hirap, tuluyan na natin ito. Pero hindi ako sanay. I am not even up to, ako lang dito ang nagsasara ng ilaw. Kung malagang they want it bright and, no. Kalaking gastos itong puta. Pati doon, yung aircon ko yung full blast, hindi dyan sa pagbabago. I have to cross the river in coming here. Mahina yung lancha. I was late for about a few minutes. Kasi maraming basura, maraming water lily. So, tulakin mo yung lahat ng water lily doon pa. So, I was a bit late, but I'm sorry. It's just the crossing of the river was just too slow. I go back and forth every day. And sabi nga ni Sir Manny, why? Because every night, I have a folder of each department. Defense, trade, education, and before I countersign it, even with the marginal note, I have to read it. Mahirap na masabit eh. So I sleep, I go home earliest 2 dito. Then I review papers until sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning. Kaya kung pabalikin ako, wala naman akong, I have not totally misgivings. But truly, kung pabalikin ako, sabi ko nga sa kanya, ayaw ko na. Maliit ang sweldo. 2 ang pamilya ko. Hindi makita mo nung inaugurate ako doon, pati dito. May isa dito, may isa doon. Graft and corruption ka, maraming, may sa Davao, may mga investigative journalist. Magtatanong na tanong, laki mo kuha sa akin. Really, I've been mayor 23 years. I'm not just up to it, actually. Kasi okay na ako sa buhay ko. Not so beautiful, but not so ugly. Stay in the middle course para yan. Yung kaligayahan ko. And I do not enjoy going out. I'm just like you, simple Filipino. Maraming salamat po.